Welcome to In the Lab. Today we were looking at boiling in a vacuum. Miss Martin, take it away.
Hi. Welcome to the lab. I have no idea what's going on. There's something to do with water going back into the bell jar. Bell jar?
Yes, that's
Bell
right.
jar.
That's right.
So I know that there's going to be air that's going to come out, but I don't really know what's going to happen.
You've got it absolutely right. I'll give you a bit more detail about this water, just in case you want to know. If you zoom right in, you can see that the temperature of this water is a bit below 60 degrees. We boiled it, let it cool down, and it is about 55 or so. So, you know, I can hold it. It's not too hot, to be honest. It's all right to handle. So, yeah, have a feel.
Okay.
Yeah. I'll take that out now, because what we're going to do is put it into the bell jar. As you can see, and as you know, water at 55 degrees all the way up to 99 degrees is not going to boil. Under normal conditions, it would be at 100 degrees Celsius. And we haven't got that, we've got 55 degrees. It's much cooler. Hotter than room temperature, below boiling. There it is. In the bell jar. Would you like to do the honours? Place it on there. We are going to see what happens when we take away the air pressure. We take away everything and we create a vacuum. So we'll put this on as we normally do, and I'll turn on the vacuum pump. Now the camera needs to come in pretty quick, because who knows how fast or how slow this might happen. Let's watch what takes place. Here we go. We're very slowly creating a vacuum. Watch the water. Keep on watching. Not much is taking place yet, but it will. Don't know if you can see, but above the water level we are getting more condensation. We're getting a couple of little bubbles starting to appear. Keep watching, keep watching.
Ooh.
And suddenly the water is boiling.
It's getting very steamy in there.
I was going to say.
It is getting very steamy.
Could just about see it.
All that water is leaving the surface and it's depositing on the inside of the jar.
So it's evaporating even?
It is evaporating. That is what happens when water is able to, when it's got enough energy, it leaves the surface of
I'm just
the liquid.
surprised because the temperature of it is still going to be 50.
Absolutely,
degrees.
55 degrees
Yeah.
Celsius. And that boiling water, the water is boiling, but it's not at 100. We haven't made it hotter. We've certainly not made it hotter. So if you're thinking this is how I can heat up liquid that's cooler, we're not heating it up. We're not increasing the temperature. All we have done is taken away the pressure that's normally on top of the water, stopping the more active molecules from leaving the surface. So as soon as we take away that resistance, the water starts to boil and we see water going from a liquid state up into a gaseous state. It turns into water vapour, it turns into steam even. Some of that is steam that we can't see, and that's what's taking place. It doesn't have to be 100 degrees Celsius. Normally, when there's pressure above it, that's the temperature. We need that much energy to make molecules leave the surface. When we take away that pressure, it happens at a lower temperature.
So I couldn't put my cup of tea in there and heat it up?
No, it wouldn't heat up. It would boil, but it wouldn't heat up. Because
Okay.
boiling isn't always to do with temperature. Yes, if you increase the temperature and you reach its normal boiling point, it's going to boil. But you can also take away pressure and you'll reach its boiling point sooner. Now, being a geography teacher, I don't know if you know that if you go higher up, do you know what happens? You go up a mountain, is it easier or harder to boil a cup of tea?
I've never thought of that.
Oh.
But it must be, if it's talking about air pressure, like up Everest,
Yeah.
there's a lower air pressure, so it must be easier to boil.
It absolutely is, and climbers will be amazed that actually it takes much less time to boil water. It just starts to boil, and then they want to drink it at that point, because even though it's at a lower temperature,
Yeah.
they still want to drink it because it's bubbling all over the place. So yeah, water boils at a much lower temperature when you go higher, because you are getting a partial vacuum. You've got lower air pressure. So we can release it, we can let back in all of the air. It stopped boiling because we got rid of all the particles that were hot enough to go. So it's still the same temperature. We can take it out. It's not got hotter, remember, you might think, no, don't touch it, you've made it boil. No, it's still 55 degrees. So I can put this in and we can prove as it goes up fairly slowly. In fact, it's probably going to be a little bit cooler because we've lost a lot of the more active particles. So it isn't 55, in fact, it's 41.
So
Even
with
cooler.
that evaporation occurring.
Yeah, evaporation's gone.
That's all the kind of
Absolutely. The
critical
more active molecules, the ones that were moving faster, have been able to leave the surface. So of course, the overall temperature has gone down. So even though you've seen it boil, it's cooler now. Now we've done that than it was before. So we've got 3 experiments now. If you've not watched the other ones, you can have a look at the link or links that will be appearing very soon on the screen, all to do with our bell jar. And next time we're going to do something completely different. So thank you for watching and bye for now.
Thank you.